Okay, good evening, everyone. It's nice to see everyone. This evening, obviously, the board is meeting. This is the first meeting of January 2024. Can you believe it, everyone? Anyway, this evening, as prescribed by law, all townships in the state of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania are meeting to conduct their reorganizational meeting. And as such, Lower Paxton Township Board of Supervisors is doing the same. So this evening, first, the board will start the meeting under the reorganization agenda portion of the meeting agenda, where it will dispatch with a number of items, particularly regarding the election of various officers of the board. Then following that, the board will appoint a number of members of community boards and commissions which serve the board in a capacity of volunteer service. After that, the board will establish a number of items to include the meeting schedule and the designation of township depository, all of which are very routine annual meetings that the board dispenses with. Following that, officially on the agenda, you will see under business agenda, the board has a number of action items to take care of, to include under new business, action of a peer-to-peer technical assistance agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources with regard to our Parks and Recreation Department. After that, the board will take action to approve the renewal of the Mid-Atlantic Automotive Recovery Services Salvage Yard license. That is an annual action item that the board takes care of. Following that, then, the board has two more action items, one of which being an employee separation settlement agreement, and then finally the authorization of the payment of all fixed expenses resulting from prior year or board action. Following that, finally, under subdivision and land development, the board will take action to approve a security agreement for a particular subdivision plan, take care of improvement guarantees, and then finally take a motion to pay the township and authority bills, and then finally hear any lasting announcements from members of the board or staff, and then finally take action to adjourn. With all that said, members of the board are seated and prepared to conduct business. Thank you very much, everyone.
Good evening and welcome to everyone to this Board of Supervisors Reorganization and Business Meeting of January 2nd, 2024.
Steve, turn your mic on.
Oh, I'm sorry. That on? That's good. To start things off, would everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this point in time, is there anyone in the audience that wishes to make public comment? Yes, sir. You just need your name and address.
No, it's not on.
I don't think it's on.
How about now?
Yep.
All right, can you hear me? All right. Eric Epstein. I'm here on behalf of the Central Dauphin School District. I'm an officer. We have two other board members at West Hanover tonight. I want to congratulate Pamela on this momentous occasion, but also we'd like to reach out to you. We're the 9th largest school district in Pennsylvania. You're the largest, if not one of the largest, I think, municipalities in Pennsylvania. So our doors are open. We're looking forward to a constructive engagement. Just wanted to offer, congratulations to the officers, obviously, Pamela, and we hope to be in touch with you very shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further public comment from the audience?
I think that's the shortest speech Eric ever made.
Good evening. Hey, good evening. Alvin Q. Taylor, 1062 Ackery Drive, Lower Paxton Township. Last year, this time, I came before the board asking you for a permit to put up a building and all of that, and it took about 6 months. We worked it out. The building is up, it's occupied, it passed inspection, and I want to thank all of you, for going to bat for me because of the new variances and codes and all of that. It was hard to compete with the developers and their big developments when you've been here in the township for a long time. And so we met all the obligations to get the codes, to get the inspection, and get everything passed. And it was good that we did because we had to upgrade the electrical system in the existing house. And so we didn't want the house to burn down with the new structure there. But I thank you all for going to bat for me last year this time. Thank you.
You're very
Glad it
welcome.
worked out.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard under public comment? Seeing no response, it would be at this time then to end the public comment section. Next, at number 4 on the agenda is reorganization agenda. First statement is administration of the oath of office. Chris Judd, Board of Supervisors.
It's not karaoke night.
What's that?
Your wife.
Oh, that's okay. They're not here for me. My family's not even here. The second, no, they're at home watching. The first time is a little bigger. Second time, not as much. So it's okay. I'm happy for all you guys being here.
Mr. Judd, are you ready to take your oath of office? sir?
Yes.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and your name,
I, Christopher Judd,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and I will faithfully do my duties as supervisor of Lower Paxton Township.
and I will faithfully do my duties as supervisor of Lower Paxton Township.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, sir.
Next item on the agenda is the administration of the oath of office to Pamela Thompson, Board of Supervisors.
Stand over there so we can get you on television. Ms. Thompson, are you ready to take your oath of office?
I am.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and your name,
I, Pamela Thompson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as supervisor of Lower Paxton Township
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as supervisor of Lower Paxton Township
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Next item on the agenda is the election of the chair of the Board of Supervisors. Do I have any nominations for
Yeah,
chair?
Mr. Slesser,
What's that?
Special presentation.
We are?
Members of the board, if I may for a second, take the microphone as we have this pause. And Judge Lindsay, while we have you captive, please, sir, if you want to keep your garb on here, if you want to join us here at the front of the room while we still have you. We didn't want you slipping out here.
I was staying.
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough. Well, Judge, and members of the public, as some of you may know, and hopefully all of you soon will know, Judge Lindsay here has served the public of Lower Paxton for several decades, and it is with great privilege that Lower Paxton Township Board of Supervisors and a number of distinguished guests here in the audience today want to thank you for that service, sir, and to recognize those decades of faithful service that you have shown to the public here in Lower Paxton. First, having started his public service right here, not in this building, I was going to say in this building, but right here with the township within our police department. And then after that, moving to the bench where he sits, having actually just rounded his service a number of days ago. So, Judge, we have a number of proclamations here, a number of distinguished guests to present you with those honors, and so we commit to that right now. Senator, do you want to join us up front here? Who else do we have? And,
Congratulations, Judge. Thank you. With your permission, I'll keep my back to the dues. So having known you many years, first as a police officer, and more importantly, I have a Senate citation, but I did want to extend my congratulations to my wife, Maria, who you met many, many years ago at Leo's Pizza, and she wanted to make sure I said that publicly. So I am not going to bore you with this, but I will just say that whereas, therefore, on behalf of the Senate of Pennsylvania and all the citizens of Lower Paxton Township who you've faithfully served, so our congratulations to present you with this citation and thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you very much.
You take the picture?
Sure.
Okay. And one more for Lon. There you go. All right, congratulations.
Thank you, Senator.
And I'm sure we'll be seeing you around the township. You're not riding off into the sunset.
Okay. Thank you.
And Judge, we have the board here joining us. And Judge, here, while we have the board up here, I just wanted to take the opportunity. I just wanted to take the opportunity real quick to join in that congratulations by reading one, I think, salient passage you have coming to you as well, proclamations from the township, as well as Representative Kerwin, who could not join us this evening. But one, I think, particular passage that really strikes home here. Whereas Judge Joseph S. Lindsay is being honored for his 12 and a half years of service with the Lower Paxton Township Police Department, as well as his continued service as Dauphin County Magisterial District Judge since first elected in 1993. His commitment and dedication to the community is both admirable and appreciated. Thank you, sir.
I think it's important
to know. He was also a football coach. He was my coach. I think maybe my brother's. Did a lot for the township. So.
If I could, I'd like to thank everybody for this. Public service is something that I cherished for over 42 and a half years. And it's been very, very good to me. And I never looked at it as a job. I looked at it as a profession. And it has been very, very good to me, and I'm very, very thankful for the years of service that I've been able to give to the citizens of Lower Paxton Township. And I will tell you that I made it as a magisterial district judge because of what I learned as a police officer here from 1976 to 1988. I thought I brought to the bench the work ethic and the dedication to do the job the way it was meant to be. So to those of you that are here tonight, I thank you, and to the Board of Supervisors, I thank you, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
You think I'm supposed to open the floor for nominations for chair now? Okay, great. Okay. Next item on the agenda is election of the chair of the board. I'll open the floor for
Yeah,
nominations.
Mr. Solicitor, I'd like to nominate Robin Lindsay to be the chair of the board.
Second.
Are there any other nominations to be put forward? Hearing none. And you seconded that, right? Yes. Okay. All in favor of Robin Lindsay being elected chair of the board, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Good to go?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to briefly pause again. As I mentioned, this is a rather ceremonial meeting, one that happens only once a year, so we're going to take the time to reconstitute ourselves here. Our secretary is going to install the new official nameplates here, and we will take order here.
And I always give fair warning to the crowd. We have several pages of appointments that we're going to make at some point, and you're welcome to stay for the whole night. It won't be rude if at some point, you got to get home, but we'll have you as long as you'll stay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Board. I really appreciate you having the faith in me to be the chairman of the board. With that, do I have any nominations for vice chair of the board?
I would like to nominate Norm Zumas for vice chair.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, election of the secretary. Do I have any nominations for secretary of the board?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Chris Judd.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Election of treasurer. Do we have any nominations for treasurer for the board?
I would nominate Paul Navarro.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we have any nominations for assistant secretary treasurer for the board?
I would like to nominate Pamela Thompson.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, congratulations, everyone. Yeah. The next thing on the agenda is the appointee of our township manager. Do I have a motion to appoint Bradley Gutschall as the township manager?
I'll make a motion to appoint Bradley Gutschall.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the Vacancy Board Chair, Daniel Mosel. Do I have a motion to appoint Daniel Mosel as the Vacancy Board Chair?
I would like to make a motion to nominate Daniel Mosel.
The second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to appoint our Township Solicitor, the Law Office of Stephen A. Stein?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay. Township Engineer, Herbert, Rowland, and Grubik. Do I have a motion to appoint HRG?
Yeah, I make a motion that we appoint Herbert, Rowland, and Grubik as the appointment for the township engineer.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Representative and alternate to the COG. The COG is called the Council of Government, and what that is a consortium of York County, Lebanon County, Dauphin County, and Cumberland County. So we collaborate with each of the other municipalities in those counties. We meet once a month. Now we're going every other month. And it's a great networking, and Norm and I have been members of there for a long, long time. So do I have a motion to appoint the representative and the alternate, please?
I nominate Robin Lindsay for representative and Norm Zumas for alternate.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. We have an appointment of the voting delegate and the alternate to the PSATS conference.
Wait, let's vote. We have to vote.
I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
Get ahead of myself here. Do I have an appointment for the voting of the delegate and the alternate delegate to the PSATS conference? PSAT stands for Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors. The conference is held in Hershey in April. Last year, we had 3,810 attendees to the conference. And again, it's networking all over the Commonwealth with the PSATs. So hopefully the other board members will be able to join Norm and I this year again down at Hershey for the conference. Lots of workshops and just a great way to network with people throughout the state. Do I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion that Robin Lindsay be the delegate and that Norm Zumas be the alternate.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just want to make a note that I'm in my second year. I got elected to the state committee for the executive committee for PSATs. So every time I attend any of those meetings, I am representing Lower Paxton Township, and I'm proud to be a part of that. We have an appointment for the representative and the alternate to the Dauphin County Tax Committee, Collection Committee. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that Sam Miller be our representative and Chris Judd be our alternate.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our different committees that we have in our different boards here in the township. So if you're looking to volunteer and you're a resident of Lower Paxton Township, we do have some vacancies on some of these boards. So the first one will be the Arts Council. This is a one-year term, and we're going to be appointing Patricia Crawford, Stanley Smith, Lori Holmes, Teresa Gonzalez, Jennifer Regina. And on that board, there are 2 vacancies. So if you are interested in being on the Arts Council, you can get on the website, and please feel free to fill out a form to be appointed. Do I have a motion to appoint the 5 appointees?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The Audit Committee, this is a one-year term. Do I have a motion to appoint 2 people for the Audit Committee, 3 people, excuse me, for the Audit Committee, because Mr. Miller, our Finance Director, is on that committee.
Yeah, I make a motion that we appoint Chris Judd, Paul Navarro, and Sam Miller.
Okay, do I have a second? Do I have a second to appoint? I know. Okay.
Can you second that?
I'll second.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. You'll learn, Pamela. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. We now have the Community Engagement Committee. This is a one-year term also. We'll be appointing 6. Denise Hassar, Patricia Crawford, James Seidler, Stanley Smith, Robert McIntyre, and William Minsker. There's also a vacancy on the Community Engagement Committee also, if someone would be interested in joining them. Do I have a motion to appoint?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the Greenway Committee, that is a one-year term. James Seiler, Jennifer Schultz, Michael Emanuel, Albert Banks, Rachel Lewisius, William Miller, and Larry Wasser. Do I have a motion to appoint the Greenway Committee membership of 7?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The Historical Commission, again, this is a one-year term. Denise Daimler, David Doyle, Donald Goss, Christy Kessler, William Minsker, Jay Purdy, Robert Thomas, Pamela Valencia, and Sarah Green. Do I have a motion to appoint?
So moved.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the Lower Paxton Township Authority Board. That is a membership of 7. There is one member on that board, which is Chris Judd, for a reappointment of a 4-year term. Do I have a motion to appoint Chris Judd to a 4-year term?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have the Parks and Recreation Board, which is a 5-year staggered terms. That is a membership of 9. James Seidler and Robert McIntyre would like to be reappointed. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The Pension Committee. We have Bradley Gutschall, Sam Miller, and Jada Handebo. Do I have a motion to appoint?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Planning Commission, that is a 4-year term, and there is membership of 7 on that board. And we have 2 that are up for reappointment. That would be Douglas Grove and Kurt Meckes. And again, there is a vacancy on that board also. So if you would be interested in being on the Planning Commission, please feel free to apply. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public Safety Committee, which is also a 1-year term. This is a membership of 10, and this has to do with our fire companies, and unfortunately, there's no residents on this committee. So that would be the Colonial Park Fire Company Chief, the Lingelstown Fire Company Chief, the Paxtonia Fire Company Chief, the Emergency Operations Director, Fire Marshal, Colonial Park Fire Company President, Lingelstown Fire Company President, Paxtonia Fire Company President, our Public Safety Director, South Central EMS Representative, and we have a new one this year. Welcome, Brett. We have our Deputy Chief for the Bureau of Fire. Do I have a motion to appoint?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Shade Tree Commission, 5-year term. This is a membership of 5, and we have 1 appointee, Austin G. Do I have a motion to appoint?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Zoning and Hearing Board, we have that's a 5-year term, and that's a membership of 5, and we have 3 that will be appointed this year. Jeffrey Staub, Ronald Reeder is an alternate for a 3-year term. Joe Murphy is an alternate for a 3-year term. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have the establishment of the treasurer and the assistant treasurer bonds for $1 million. I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we have the designation of the Township Depository, which is M&T Bank. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have established of the Board of Supervisors meeting schedule, which would be the first 3...
Third Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's 3.
First 3 Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, first 3 Tuesdays. First 3 Tuesdays, except for election days and holidays. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting schedule?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All righty, we are now down to, that was the long part, guys. We're now down to the business agenda. Do I have an approval of the minutes from the 11/8/23 business meeting, and is it just the one meeting? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're down to chairman and board comments. Does any of the board members have any comments that they would like to make at this time?
I too would like to congratulate Pamela. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Yep. Good. Congratulations, Pamela. You're on my list here. I would also, is Eric still here, Epstein? Okay.
He has to make a speech somewhere else.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I just want to thank Michelle Thompson. Michelle's in the back. She's our community engagement manager. So Michelle found a grant through the Community Aid Foundation in the amount of $25,000. And this grant was that we would sponsor somebody that had issues such as food security, based on, criteria. And so Michelle reached out to NutriPac from Central Dauphin School District. And so we were the sponsor for them to apply for this grant. And we were very fortunate that we did receive that grant through the sponsor for the NutriPac through Central Dauphin School District. So thank you so much, Michelle. Appreciate it. And there again, if you have some spare time, I'm very involved with the NutriPac program. If you have some spare time, we're always looking for volunteers. We pack on Wednesdays from 2 to 3:30, 2 to 4. And what the NutriPac is it gives children from the Central Dauphin School District that need food for the weekend. They then get, for Saturday and Sunday, they get 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners, non-perishables. They are also, when they pick up the food, they get milk and eggs and bread, and sometimes there's some meat along with that. So if you are available on a Wednesday afternoon, also Tuesday and Friday for the men, we also need volunteers to unload the trucks and put everything away. So again, thanks, Michelle, I appreciate that. Yeah. On Saturday, we were very fortunate that there was a house that was going to be demolished, and through Chief Public Safety Director Adam Kashiba, and our Chief of Bureau of Fire, Brett Graham, and also Chief Fogg from Colonial Park Fire Company. They were able to do a training there on Locust Lane from 8 to 4. So thank you again, guys. Thanks to Chief Fogg. It was just amazing to see what they were doing, and then go by Sunday morning and go, oh my gosh, there's hardly anything left. But it was a great training for them, because sometimes they don't get that type of a fire, and so now they know what to do. So thank you guys again, really appreciate it. Okay, do we have any more comments before?
Just one
Yep.
quick. I just want to acknowledge Justin Fleming hiding in the back of the room. It's not too easy for him to hide, but he's an avid supporter of Lower Paxton Township, and we would thank you very much for coming tonight. Thank you.
Justin, did you want to say anything?
Congratulations to everybody.
Okay, great. Thank you for helping us out. We appreciate it. Okay. All righty, we are going to move on to the manager's report. Mr. Gutschall.
Yes, Madam Chair, I have no verbal report this evening.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's the best report you've ever had.
Okay, and there's no old business tonight. So we'll move on to the new business. It's the action to approve a peer-to-peer technical assistance project agreement with the Pennsylvania DCNR. Mr. Gutschall, or is Mrs. Scott here tonight?
I'll take that one,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you. Yes, so the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, through its various departments and agencies, produces from time to time various assistance programs to municipalities through their technical assistance programs, one of which being the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, which does pair well with our own Department of Parks and Recreation here in the township. And so our Parks and Rec Director, Rachel Scott, has been successful in obtaining a peer-to-peer technical assistance grant through this program, which would provide us a matching peer from somewhere in the Commonwealth that will assist Mrs. Scott in the creation of various Parks and Rec departmental policies and some other technical assistance. The grant award was in the amount of $18,000. I'm sorry, $19,800, of which the township has a local matching requirement of 10%, which is $1,800. And so this agreement before the board this evening allows us to execute that partnership. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So say, are there any board comments, any questions?
No, other than, so they're going to help draw up fee structure and such for sports groups, right?
Yes, sir. So as the board is intimately aware, we have various kind of informal, I'd call them, agreements with various sports organizations throughout the township.
It was kind of a patchwork done through the years,
Yes,
through the
sir.
decades, for this sports group over here, this park over here. But whatever it is, in the end, whatever we do, we'll come back before the board.
Oh, yes.
Whatever it is we set up.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
And that's because it's not perfect, but a lot of groups do rely on us. And you look on the weekends, and that this township is just filled with families and sports. So in the end, I want to have a nice, tight, consistent policy, but in the end, I want to make sure we're, still making it easy, workable, and that we're a partner with these groups.
Yes, sir.
That's my only.
Understood.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it's good that we see where we're making our mistakes, where we need to improve. So, yep, and DCNR has been very good to us with the grant from Brightville Park, so. Okay, if there's no questions, do I have a motion?
Sure, Madam Chairperson. I move that we approve action approving a peer-to-peer technical assistance project agreement with the Pennsylvania DCNR.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Action to approve a renewal to the Mid-Atlantic Automotive Recovery Services LLC salvage license. Mr. Gutschall, are you going to handle this?
Sure. This is an action item that the board takes every year to essentially, through our codified ordinances, it is required that the board approves what we call a salvage license. In the old days, it may have been referred to a junkyard, but salvage license is the official terminology here, and the Mid-Atlantic Automotive Recovery Services LLC has gone through the prescribed permitting process, and everything is at this point looking good for them, and it is in order that the board approve their license this year, as it does and it has done for many years.
And we only have the one salvage yard in the township, so.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any comments, questions?
Quick question, maybe Director Kachiba could answer. So if there's a wreck and the cars can't be moved, police department calls them and they come and get it?
We have an on-call list, sir, depending on where the crash is. They could be one-on-one.
Okay, so these guys just get the junks off the road, basically? That's their responsibility?
Yeah.
You could take your vehicle to the junkyard, for money. You could also get, I've gotten replacement parts for my own car that I've put on from the junkyard. So,
Yeah, this is not some sort of formal partnership with this salvage yard.
That's what I
This
wanted.
is just allowing them to do business as a
Okay.
private salvage
private
yard.
salvage yard.
Correct,
So it's a requirement.
correct.
By
Per
the
our
state.
code.
License.
I'd have to check into that and
So
give you an answer.
for them
but
to just
certainly
get-
under township code, it is.
Because they have to
Our
go through all the
requirement.
permitting.
Correct,
Which
yeah.
is probably to make sure that there's not, pollution, all that other stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
you
it
have-
last year, so I'll do it this year. I'll make a motion.
Okay, yeah, and you have to
I
have a
remember that.
license in order to have it, so, okay. So we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We have an action to approve an employee separation settlement and general release agreement. Mr. Gutschall.
Yes, Madam Chair. I was going to say from time to time, fortunately, the township doesn't have to do many of these, but as part of, I'd say, fairly typical employment grievance procedures, in this case, we have had an employee whose employment with the township has since separated. And as part of a grievance procedure for that individual, we have come to a settlement agreement, and that agreement is before the board this evening, which would essentially release the grievance, make the former employee, quote, whole as it relates to that grievance, and allow for the legal separation of employment to be fully executed.
Okay. We've seen this before. Do I have a motion to accept the agreement?
I move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Can we have a voice vote?
Sure. Ms. Smith? Roll call.
Mr. Navarro?
So moved.
Mr. Zumick?
Aye.
Recuse.
Aye.
Sorry.
Mr. Judd?
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson?
Abstain.
Mrs. Lindsay?
Aye. Okay. Thank you. Okay, action to authorize the treasurer to pay all fixed expenses which result from prior board action. Mr. Miller?
Yes, pretty simple motion here. Our last business meeting was on the 19th of December. Since that time, we've had a handful of bills to satisfy, and now we have a new treasurer and assistant treasurers. We just need an action to approve those items. They're typical budgeted items, utilities especially, which go on cyclical basis and are due at certain dates that we can't wait until the next board meeting to perform those items. Nothing that I can recall of discounted expenses, though. We are trying to get everything lined up here in the new year quickly.
Okay. Any questions, board members? Do I have a motion to authorize?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Subdivision and land development. We have an action to approve a financial aid and performance security agreement for 6295 Lighters Lane. Mr. Gutschall.
Yes, ma'am. Members of the board, as part of a previously approved subdivision plan by this board, this applicant, this developer, is required per that agreement to establish a security agreement with the township, basically providing financial security such that any improvement that was required under the approved subdivision plan, if this developer is not able to commit to the installation of those improvements, the township does have in its existence under escrow accounts the proper funding to complete that project if the developer were to walk away in any event. So this agreement does establish that escrow account for the developer per that formally adopted preliminary and final subdivision plan.
Okay. If I may, after the installation of everything is all done, how long do we give them in case there is any type of agreement that they didn't do this, they didn't do that? How long do we give them to fix things before the money is out of the escrow?
There is some legal requirement to that. I'd have to get back to you with that exact
Okay.
answer,
I
ma'am.
was just curious. Okay. Board members, do you have any other questions or comments? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we have the improvement guarantees. I think there was 3 of them.
3.
Okay, we have 3 improvement guarantees. Any questions from anyone? No questions?
They're all routine.
Yep, okay, do I have a motion to approve the improvement guarantees?
I would make a motion to approve the improvement guarantees for 6320 Maiden Creek Drive Extension, 6266 Rycroft Lane Extension, and Grove Road Extension Reduction.
All in favor? Second? Aye. Okay, now we have two new people that are going to pay the bills. Mr. Treasurer, do we have a motion to pay the bills?
Yes, we should pay our bills. I make a motion that we should pay them.
Do I have a second, Ms. Thompson?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, do we have any announcements?
I just want to say we had no bounce checks while I was treasurer.
That's why I'm sitting down here so I can keep an eye on it.
We moved the treasurer around. I was treasurer at one time, and then Norm was, now we have Paul, so great, okay. I just want to announce that before we came out this evening, we did have an executive session. Ms. Thompson was not with us, so it was the four of us for executive session. And we get information from the manager and also information from our solicitor. With that said, we will be meeting next Tuesday in this meeting, January the 9th at 7 o'clock, and that will be our workshop. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. Please come back again. It's nice to have a great crowd.
Thank you all.